Hello and welcome to episode 46 of ghostgalknitspodcas. I'm Ghost, also known as Sarah. Sorry for the podcast being kind of out of timeline, but past few weeks have been a bit busy for me. We've had a heat wave. Never try to work with yarn during a heat wave. It does not work out very well, regardless of the yarn. So, that's all I got for welcome and admin. Now on to the rants, because I got a couple of them. And one is about that project bag right there. Don't get me wrong, I love the project bag. It's cute as heck. It's what's in it I am not loving. So, I recently did a count on this. And somehow my counts were, when I did my count, it was way off. Like, I think it was like 6 stitches off. I'm like, how can that be? Because 3 rows ago, it was right spot on perfect. So I'm like, okay, me and this pattern need a very, very, very long time out from each other. This is the Treasure Island shawl from Hannah. She is also known as the Cozy Crochet on YouTube. But me and this pattern, we need a timeout. Because this pattern has been nothing but woes for me. Ever since I made that one mistake, it has been nothing but woes, and I'm already at the halfway point, so I really, really don't want to pull all the way back. I'd rather just rip this out, rip the shawl out, reclaim the yarn for something else, because I think I have 500 yards, just over. Yeah, I got about 500. I'm in the 500 yards range. I have 6 ounces altogether of yarn. So, if anyone knows of a pattern that uses DK weight and it's for 6 ounces, please do tell me. This is the Loops and Threads Joy DK. So, if you guys happen to know of any patterns, I would love it if you could just feel free to tell me. Until then, until then, I'll probably end up putting these back into separate, putting these back up into separate skeins at the join, which is down in this row here. So I'm good at knots, but I can get them undone pretty easily. So I'll probably end up doing that, is putting them back into separate skeins and reclaiming this bag for something else. Well, mostly because I need to reclaim it for something else. You know, I have a project bag here that is not in use. That's another, I reclaimed it originally for a different project, but I haven't received the yarn yet for that project. So I think I'll just stick it in this bag here. And it's going to be another shawl, but it's going to be you guys seen this, it's going to be one of literally my go-to shawl, which is the Double Crochet All the Way shawl. It's a free pattern. Although I am getting very close to buying the pattern to support the creator, because I use that pattern like crazy. So I figured it's one of those, except for like the first row, I have the dang thing memorized. The first row I always have to read the pattern and double check, make sure I'm doing that bit right. After that, I just go, because that is, I'm basically memorized it. So this is getting ripped out. And this is going to go into my pattern binder with probably a sticky note that says on timeout till further notice. So if anyone ever wants, so for people who want to go through my pattern binder at some point, once I get it reorganized and want to pick a pattern, I could at least have sticky notes on certain patterns that say on timeout. I also found out that me and 2 strands of cotton in the round do not agree. But I did learn how to do magic loop because of it. Or magic circle, magic loops knitting. Wrong item. But I learned how to do that. I found a nice video that works perfect for me, because I was always trying to do it from someone who was a right-handed person, and I can't. It's like, I just couldn't wrap my head around it. I couldn't. I'm like, what? Huh? So I found a tutorial from a left-handed person. I'm like, oh, that makes sense now. So in crochet, it's definitely big factor if you're left-handed or right-handed. Big factor on some stuff. Other stuff, you just kind of go with what the pattern says, and you just kind of like, okay. So it's like everything's backwards. You do the pattern as instructed, but when you're working out the wrong sides and right sides and stuff like that, it's like, oh, this is backwards, so okay. My brain, it's just how my brain works. For others, not so much. It all depends on your brain. Next. Oh, and get ready to see a lot, and I mean a lot, of Christmas stuff, because I have officially started my Christmas presents. The people these Christmas presents are going to, I know for a fact, do not watch. I've actually had to prevent my mom from looking at patterns that I print. And sorry, some things there's nothing I can do about, they just pop up. But there's some stuff where I've had to prevent my mom from looking at patterns. Because one of the patterns I brought down was for some bags I'm making. She knows what color she's getting because I had her pick out the yarn. But it's like, don't. My mom is usually very interested in stuff I print. Very interested. So that's how that goes. Oh, but yes, thank you, Mary Jane. Sorry. I also happen to be recording this on my birthday. So I'm getting a lot of notifications today. So I'm actually going to do works in progress before I do my next little rant because of the way I have things set up right now. But I think I have everything. I think I do. Hopefully I do. I also got some new toys. I've already lost one of them. Actually, I think I left it in this bin. It will show up. I got some more mini looms because I went on michaels.com and they're redoing their whole stock of knitting looms, and I am not too happy about that. At all. They're getting rid of all the mini looms. So I went on Amazon and I found a couple, so I grabbed them. I'm like, I can use them. So First thing is, this is a Christmas present. This is going to be for, you're going to be seeing actually a bunch of this color come through. Because I had bought this color and a bunch of other colors. All my Christmas yarn is hanging out in here. Oh, almost all of it. I got a couple more skeins going to move into there. But, you'll be seeing this color, green, a green, a green, tweed, that's the word, tweed. A green tweed come through, and I think that's it. Yeah, that might be it. So this is an oval basket at the start. It looks like a square. It's not going to end up, it's going to look, it will be an oval by the time I'm done. It just has a squarey look at the moment, but it will turn into an oval as it gets bigger and more rounds are added. So this is going to be a Christmas gift. Going to be either for, I think these ones are going to my brother's house, and I think the green ones will go to Dad. I do also have plans to make them some square baskets as well, because those don't require 2 strands worked in the round. Because cotton, as everyone knows, yarn, it does not have a whole lot of give like regular acrylic yarn. So working with it in the round, it's like, this is not easy. And I had gone up hook sizes and it just wasn't working for me. So I was like, yep. So I went through my pattern book, which is this. I picked this up because I looked on the back and saw stuff. And it's like, and I was like, you know what? I would like more. I was like, you know what? I want more basket patterns, because they're really quite useful. But this is the pattern I'm going to be doing. Oval baskets isn't easy. The pattern I was originally going to do was this one. Round baskets. Me and this pattern, we did not agree. I did try it. It did not work. So I found other patterns that would work. And this is another pattern I'm planning on making as well. Just not so stripey. I'm probably not going to do stripes on this, even though they say to. I'm most likely not going to, so I will omit the stripe bits, which is easy enough. So. And also, I think I'm spoiling my cat. You'll understand a little bit, because I have a couch I'm making her, a blanket. I haven't worked out where I'm going to put the couch yet, though. Like I said, I didn't turn everything off, so beeps and blops are going to be happening. Nothing I can do about them. And I also have an open window, so sorry if you hear any motorcycles go by. It's still summer. Okay, next. So, I've finally done some more work on my V-stitch blanket. This is so the history of this blanket is, this was started back when I was still streaming. So this was started, God, just over about a year ago? No, this was started back in 2020, I think. It was either started in 2019 or 2020 area. It was just So I remember I started it, and each one of these usually took about a stream to do. So this would have been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 streams. So that was about 6 weeks worth of work. But this is how, so this is in a light dark theme. So the colors are going to be a little crazy, but I don't mind. I'm using scrap yarns. This is a yarn I have left over from some baskets I made Mom that she uses. And then this yarn here is from my bed, as you can see right. Hang on. As you can see, the pink right there. The orange is left over from hats, the soft white hats. Don't remember what I used the purple for. This is left over. The black is just some black I had, probably from making hats. Wouldn't be surprising. And then the blue is left over from when I made my knitting bag. I still have tons of it. I do have some in use right now. That's another thing I'm planning on ripping apart and redoing. I need to order a hook from Webs though, because they're the only place I have found that has a 4.5mm Susan Bates hook. 4.5mm and 7mm are not very common sizes. I was very lucky to find a 7mm hook from Clover, which I don't mind, thankfully. But I have another Clover hook right here. I'm not the biggest fan of it. I'll use it, but I'm not the biggest fan. I don't like tapers. I have one taper. I hate using it. So I'm going to order that hook from Webs, or I'll just go down to the store. But I will get there at some point. But I really do wish 4.5mm was a much more common size available. I really do. Let's see. Next, we have Quarters blanket. I put a little bit of work on this since the last time I showed it. And this is what's left of a ball of yarn. I need to get around. I kind of need to take some time and deal with this ball of yarn. I do have another ball of yarn just in case this one's not big enough. Just in case this is not enough, because I got a feeling it's not going to be since it's on a 9mm hook. And last on the show and tell for the moment is Mom's sweater. I haven't done much with this since last time I showed it, just because we had. When was the last time I showed this? It was a couple podcasts ago. That I know. Mom blanket. Here it is, Mom's sweater. So last time I showed it was episode 43, and that was back in June. So I haven't done a whole lot, just because of the fact that we've had a bunch of heat waves come through. Well, not really a bunch, but we've had enough days where it's like I don't want to work on a sweater right now, or I had been focusing on shop hats. So, come on, there we go. So this is where I was last time. This is all I got done. Just this little bit right here, which I did yesterday. I did enter into the fall garment make-along, which allows works in progress. So I'm going to be working this during the next 3 months, so we will see this a little more often. I'll be picking probably 1 day a week, 1 to 2 days a week, or what I might do is 30 minutes a day on it, like I did with the ribbing, because I actually just bought a new box set of one of my all-time favorite authors, Michelle Meadows, because she just released the Audible box set for the dark. What was it? Give me a second. Come on. Do. Okay. I want my email. Yeah, it was the Dark World trilogy. Well, we're well beyond a trilogy now. Why am I in? I'm in the main section. So this is the Fairy Games, the complete series. It is part of the Dark World series she's doing as an overall. It started with the vampires. Weird that's. It started with the Vampire's Wish. Yeah, it started with the Vampire's Wish. Which I had read previously on Kindle. Back when I had Kindle Unlimited. Yeah. It started with the Vampire's Wish, and then it went to the Angel Trials. And now we just got the full complete series for the Fairy Games, and right now she's on the 4th installment, which is the Dragon Wars, I think, or something. It has something with dragon in it. I usually don't buy these until the complete series are out, just because it actually saves me money. Sorry about that. Like I said, I do try to mute everything, but everything is not mutable. So, sorry about that sound. I know when my friend KB watches this, she'll know why I was lurking. Okay, now on to my sweater. So this is the Habitat cardigan. This was last featured. Oh, Lord. When was the last time this was featured? No. Maybe. No. Yeah. No, I did the spring. Yeah, so I gotta keep going. Last time. Oh, no, no, I wouldn't be surprised if I'm actually right where I should be. Okay, let's see. My Shawl blanket. Did I not? Five. I could have sworn this was in the... Looks like the last time this was featured was last year. Maybe... So, looks like the last time this was featured was probably episode 41. Because when I do this, last fall, thought I did it last spring. I thought I had done this last spring, but it could have been last fall. I'd have to go back through the old the old videos and see when this was actually featured. I know it took me a while. That I know. Yeah. It was I want to say I did it last... I want to say I think I did it last spring area. I know I definitely did it last year, 2020. I might have ordered the yarn last spring. Okay, that was... Yeah. I'd have to go back through the old footage. And assuming, knowing me, it was definitely last year. I just don't remember doing it in... I just don't remember. I think it was probably... I know it was definitely featured in episode 43. Because I have Mom's sweater. Okay, we're back. So...
Upside down. So I am going to unpick the end, which thankfully I have not woven in at all, which you can probably tell by its ends galore on this thing. So I'm going to unpick. I did do some swatches earlier. I did this one with a 9mm hook and this one with an 8. 9mm was the closest I could get to her gauge. So I'm gonna use 9mm for the body and 8mm for the ribbing.
And hopefully this time it will work out a little better. I'm hoping. No guarantee. And the last thing I have is a finished object. I have a couple more things, but I can show them next week or next podcast correctly. And last thing I have is a pencil. This is going to go up to my Aunt Betty. So Aunt Susan, I know you watch. No spoilage for her. Please. So I will see you guys in a couple of weeks, hopefully. Until then, happy crafting and have a good life.